Hello, I'm Tessa Shepperson of Landlord Law, and this is the first of a series of little videos that I'm going to be making over the coming weeks and months to keep you updated about what we're doing at Landlord Law, to bring the site up to date and to inform you about the Renters' Rights Act. Now, as you probably know, the Renters' Rights Act, it's been going through Parliament for quite a long time, but it received the royal assent on the 27th of October, my brother's birthday, so I need to remember it. And it's now an act. It's now the Renters' Rights Act 2025, but it hasn't come into force yet. Well, bits of it have come into force, but they're not really the bits that you're worried about. The government can make regulations, that bit come into force. And the local authority enforcement powers, which are being expanded, that bit will come into force on the 27th of December. But so far as the rest of it's concerned, we don't really know, because the government has to issue what's called a commencement order, which sets out the date when the various parts of the bill will come into force. And we're still waiting for the commencement order to be issued. Now, we don't think that it's going to come into force during this year. It's probably going to be sometime in 2026. So those of us like myself who run services, we've got a bit of time to get things sorted. So I've started the fairly long process of dealing with all the content on Landlord Law. So let me just switch over to show the screen, and I can let you know what I'm doing. So now when you log into Landlord Law as a member, this is where you come. You come to the dashboard, and that's got useful pages and information and stuff. But at the top, there's a link here to the Renters' Rights Information Centre. Now, this may look a bit different when you go to it, because I'm probably going to be putting this video there, but obviously I can't put it there now because it's not recorded yet. So this is the Renters' Rights Act Information Centre, and this is just where I'm talking about the development of the Act and so on. And it's got details of our past training, which if you're a business level member, you can click through and watch, and practically all of it is correct. There wasn't a huge amount that changed with the bill as it went through Parliament. So if you want to find out more about the bill, these links here, these training webinars, are a very good way to find out. And there's some other links at the bottom there. So that's the Information Centre. The next thing I did was to create some landlord frequently asked questions, and these are open access. So if you're a member, if you're not a member, you can go in and take a look, and they answer various questions that will occur to people, to landlords. It's mainly aimed at landlords, this, although if you're a tenant, you'll probably find it helpful as well. So these are some frequently asked questions. So the next page that I've got, which at the time of recording this hasn't really gone live yet, but will be going live very soon, is the Renters' Rights Act page. And this is the main page where you will find all of the new updated content that I've done. Now, again, this page is open access, but you will only be able to click through to the links if the links are also to an open access page. Most of the content linked from this page will be members only, but as a non-member, you can just see what we're doing. So this is a little index. Now, this index here matches the topics that we have to navigate through Landlord Law. But at the top, there's a link to the fact that we've just looked at. And this is actually a link to the Renters' Rights Act itself, because at the time of recording this, they haven't put the Renters' Rights Act up on the legislation page. So we've just got a PDF document, but you can get it from there. And these are some links to some government documents and guidance pages that they've issued. Now, as far as documents and forms are concerned, I am preparing a new tenancy agreement that members can use before commencement of the Renters' Rights Act, which sort of looks towards the changes. but it's not quite ready yet. I've done most of it, but we need to do a bit of testing. So that will hopefully be coming along next week. So these are the things that I've done. So the checklist, I went over all of the checklists quite carefully about a week ago. Could have been a bit earlier than that, and they're all updated. So if you are working on your property and you're a member and you want to know what you should do and how the stage you're at is going to be impacted by the Renters' Rights Act, go to the relevant bit of the property checklist. So if it's a new property, go to that part. If you're looking for a tenant, go to that part. If you're actually signing someone up, go to that part. If it's during the tenancy, that's the section. And then at the end, that's the section. That's going to have to be fairly substantially amended because although it's valid at the moment, it's not going to be after commencement. And we've also got an audit kit, which I've updated fairly recently. And the audit kit is something that you need to do an audit of your property every year, just to check that you're doing everything properly and that you're not, you're complying with all the relevant regs and so on. And the audit kit, which I'll just show you very briefly, which is here. The audit kit is a kit that I've developed, which enables you to do that. So this is the first page, which sort of explains it. And then there's various links there to the various things that we check with the audit kit. So the next part of this page, what I've done, which I think is quite clever, really, it's being done by tags. So all the bits of content that we have on Landlord Law, they've all got tags. So I'm sort of changing the tags so that the original content can be found in the other part of the main part of Landlord Law, and the content that I've adapted to be post commencement of the Renters' Rights Act, that's got a different tag in it, so it appears here. So these are the frequently asked questions that I have, the new frequently asked questions based on the original frequently asked questions. Sorry, I'm being confusing, which I've actually adapted so you can have a look at them. And there are a few, but there's an awful lot for me to do. There's 16 pages of frequently asked questions, and I've done about half of the first page. Once I've done the frequently asked questions, or probably a bit in advance of that, I'm going to be going through the articles, and then I'll be going through all the other content. And that when I've done something and updated it, you will be able to see it probably in these sections of this page if you're looking at it at a desktop or laptop. If you're looking at it on a phone or on a tablet portrait, it'll probably be a bit squashed up and the content will be juggled around a bit, but it'll all still be there. So that's what I've done so far, which is basically setting it all up so I can now go through, and as I alter the content, I can change all the tags and hopefully it'll all appear in the right places. So if you're a member, what you need to do is you need to go to that page, and then you'll see all the new content and you can gradually read it and see what you need to do. As I said, at the moment, nothing's changed. It is going to change next year, so you need to prepare. And what I'm doing is sort of setting it up so you can go there and prepare for it. Okay, right. Well, that's the end of this short video. I will probably be doing another one to let you know what I've done next week. Thank you for watching.